Hi, I'm Marcus Bronzy.
I'm Kay Kurd.
This is Ain't Got a Clue.
This is a show where we find the answer to quiz questions, and we get a quiz question, one of us answers it, and we do it in a funny way so you remember the answer. So then you don't go around going, I ain't got a clue what that means.
100%.
You actually have the answer. So today I'm asking a question.
Yep. What is the question, Kay?
How old do you have to be the US president?
Ain't got a clue.
Right, and you know why I asked this? Because everyone's always talking about flipping, like, Joe Biden, bing bong, Biden.
Bing bang.
Come buy me dinner, baby. And everyone's always saying he's really old and stuff, right?
I like that though. I feel like I want whoever's running the country can't be a young whippersnapper, because I knew
Obama was young
when I was
though.
15, relatively young.
When he's in his 40s.
I'm not doing the maths, bro.
He was 46.
Obama was 55 years old. 55 years old,
When he left
169
office.
years when he went in. Yeah.
So how's he 60 now?
I don't know.
That must be when he left
age at end of presidency.
Yeah.
Oh, shizzle. So he was 40.
6.
Wow.
I've been saying he's 46. bruv.
I don't know, bruv.
Yeah, he was 46 when he went in, bruv.
Wow.
Obama was 46 when he went in, and people were like, oh yeah, he's way too young and blah, blah, blah.
I do get that though, because
And
I feel,
Biden's in his like 70s.
yeah, I feel like at the age of 20, no, the age of 15, I felt like I knew everything. I felt like, yep, 100% I know everything.
Why shouldn't you be in your 40s and be allowed to run a country when you're allowed to run multinational companies and stuff? Like, put it this way, Ben Francis runs Gymshark, and he's like, what, in his 30s?
Yeah, but that's different now, isn't it? He's running, like, with all due respect, running a business is not the same as running a country. A country has got business elements to it, but I would prefer somebody who has lived a little bit more.
What
Like, by
kind
the
of
time-
experience do you need to be a president?
Years of experience.
In what?
Economics, probably, how politics works, I would suggest. Obviously, we know now that people are hacking politics now by just using the cheat code, which is being rich as fuck to become president.
It's always
However,
been, yeah.
I don't think it's, yeah, 100% think that I'd prefer somebody who's just a bit longer in the tooth, man. Old people have wisdom, you know. They've seen stuff. I'm not saying all old people
But
should
how
trust.
old is too old?
I don't know if there is a too
Bro,
old.
do you know how much being a head of a country like ages you?
Oh, we've all seen somebody when they start their presidency or prime minister of the UK, whatever. The start and the end, they look fucked. There's no other way to put it.
Well, okay, how old do you have to be the US president? The answer is 35. Is that too young for you now or too old?
I feel like I felt like it might have been older, like maybe a 45. I like a 40 or
You got
something
to
like
remember, this is in the Constitution,
that.
right?
Oh, so this is when people only lived to 35. Okay, right. It makes sense now.
not necessarily.
If we scaled that up to 2021, it would be like 78 years old.
Look, one of the best known rules for becoming president has been outlined in Article 2 of the Constitution, and it's readable actually on senate.gov, is that a candidate must be a natural born citizen of the US and have been a resident for 14 years, and it doesn't have to be in a row. And as more people have taken notice in recent years, is the president must be at least 35 years of age. And beyond these, there's pretty much no stipulations.
I don't think 35 is too young, but I would be hard pressed to find somebody I feel that is 35 that could run the country in a way that
You're
somebody
about
who's older
35,
could.
aren't you?
Yeah, I'm not far off it, and I don't think I could run the country, but I'm just me.
But
I'm one idiot.
you run a successful businesses.
Yeah, but it's
Do you
not
reckon
a
you
country.
could run? Why not?
It's so hard, Kay. There's so many moving parts. There's politics. There's people moving left
Let
and
me
right.
tell you one thing, right? The only thing you need as the leader of a country is, okay, I mean, I'm trying to simplify it, but I said the only
You
thing.
got me thinking though. Before go carry on. I've just had a thought bounce to my
But
head.
look at who's running our
I
country.
literally just started thinking that now. I have been. Oh, fuck's sake.
Yeah, so look, I reckon if you... Okay, so, all right. Before I go on to that,
Yeah.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, when he was governor of California,
Yeah.
what he did was he did this thing which they nicknamed the Arnold University. He had experts in every field come with these
Fantastic.
massive like pamphlets and whatever, and within the space of a few months, educated him on everything he needed to know, right?
That's what you want, yeah.
Or I think a few weeks or whatever, they educated him, and he was good at delegating. So if you're the environmental guy, you're doing all my environmental stuff, right?
I do the environment.
You
environment.
to the economist. Economy. Anyway, but like, if you're good at delegating and you're good with people, and you understand, you know how to manage people.
Right.
I think those are probably the best skills. Like, You look at people that are like Wayne Rooney, for example, football manager.
Yeah, do you know what though? You've got me thinking, Kane, maybe the systems that are in place, yeah, they can all be improved. They're so like rigid and strict that a fucking idiot. It's kind of like if I was on a ship on the ocean, right? Say the world, say like a country's policy is like a ship in the ocean. If the captain got everything right, got me pointing in the right direction, like not towards an iceberg, and just went, I'm going for a toilet, hold it for 10 minutes, yeah? I could be all right. I could captain that ship.
Yeah.
And I feel like if nowadays, because of the way the system is built, it does allow us for a bit of a fucking idiot or two to come in, hold the wheel for a little bit, even if they spin it in the wrong direction. Yeah, even if they spin it in the wrong direction, because it's such a big ship, it takes a while to turn around. And by the time the captain comes back, he's like, what the fuck have you done? We're going towards an iceberg. He's spinning it back and everyone's like, fucking hell, Cap's gone a little bit off key.
100%.
That's pretty much what happens.
Like, I mean, and I do think that if you can get the right people in the right places, like say it's a football team, because football's a bit easier analogy.
Yeah.
If you're a manager of a team and you're like, well, I'll get the best right back in the world, I'll get the best left back in the world, I'll get a striker
easy,
up top and whatever. It is what it is, isn't it? Like you put a basic structure in place, like we're going to play possession-based football. That like, it, essentially you do the same with everything. You're, all right, you're smart, I'll put you in, like, you're good with numbers, you're in the treasury. Come on, man. 35, you could do all of that stuff.
I feel like 30, you're right, but I do want to go back to the point where I feel like 35, when the Constitution was written, was a lot older than now, innit?
You say that.
Because we've had stories about people.
You say that, but in Roman times,
they
didn't let people join the Senate until they were in their 40s.
So you were a real old fucker then. You were like a statue. You were a gargoyle.
You were a
an
very
old fucker.
wise person.
Yeah, you were the shaman of the village.
You were a very, like, what was it in Gladiator?
Yeah.
Maximus Decimus Meridius, father to a murdered son, husband to a murdered wife, servant to the true Emperor Marcus Aurelius.
Remember when they had Varus in the Senate? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Look how old he looked. He's probably in his 50s, bruv.
That was old then. That was old.
Well, but in America, you could run for your Senate at 30 in the US.
All right, I like that. Now, Senate's different. You're not like at the helm of the ship.
You're a senator.
You're closer to the people, I believe. Yeah? You're not like that close, but you're closer to the people. A younger age, cool. That's great. I feel like that's where you learn, you grind, you get involved, and then work your way up. Because if age didn't matter, I wouldn't be comfortable with like a 19-year-old. Imagine like a 19-year-old running the country.
Well, I swear we've got like 20-year-olds in Parliament in this country.
Probably have got young people, but
in this country, we're not in America.
Because me at 19, I'd just be like, well, fuck it. Everybody, Friday's cancelled. No work on Fridays.
I think to be in the House of Representatives, you can be in your 20s, but in the Senate, you have to be 30.
Yeah. I would definitely make very bad decisions.
It's interesting. I mean, in America, like the ages for different things are all like really funny to me, because like you could get your learner's permit in most states at 15.
Mental.
To drive a car.
That's insane, innit? That's insane. But they can't drink for years though, innit?
Yeah, so like,
that's cool.
It probably keeps drink driving.
I bet it does.
Down. So like but I reckon at 15 is not a bad age to learn how to drive. But you've got to understand American roads and stuff, everything's so much bigger, so it makes more sense.
Made to drive there. It might be your only way of getting to college.
Yeah.
15 might be your only way of getting to college then, so they need everyone driving.
Hey man, the school bus is broken down. I don't give a fuck about the school bus. I drive.
I got my dad's Thunderbird.
I got my mom's Acura. Pontiac Ferrera.
Pontiac Ferrera, yeah. Man, I do love, quick digression, I love driving in America though, you know. Okay?
I've not driven in America.
Oh, it's just like it's just...
Can you drive there with English license?
100%. Yeah, man. Works, man. Works. Our British license works at the moment, but like, yeah, it's just, the roads are big. It's a lot slower over there. Like their speed limits are like, I think it's like 60 is the highway. That's the speed limit. 60, maybe 55 actually. On the highway, you're just chilling, bruv. Like, it's just a calm drive. And people drive a lot. I know some people in there, over in the States that like, before the pandemic, obviously, would drive like an hour and a half to work, 2 hours to work, 2 hours home every day. No big deal.
Yeah, it's funny when Americans go, oh my God, it's only an 8-hour drive. And you're like, only? Are you out of your mind, bruv?
Yeah.
Only?
Yeah, it's mad. They'll be like, where'd you go for the weekend? I just went out of state.
I suppose that is fun because there's no traffic.
Oh, there's traffic, bro.
What, 8-hour drive with traffic?
Oh, there's sometimes traffic in America, bro.
Yeah, no, I get that. But when you're doing those drives out of state, it's not like traffic. It's only once you get into the city, innit? But like in Britain, you could be in traffic on the motorway, bro.
Yeah.
Like you're you're stood still and you're like, I need the toilet. I'm running out of petrol, but I am at a standstill.
Yeah.
Whereas in
insane.
America, you don't really necessarily get that, innit, on highways and freeways.
There's a few notorious ones. In LA, there's like the 405. Everyone's like, oh, it's like the A406 in London, the 405, which is ropey. But they've got cool things to ease traffic. So they've got I can't remember the name of it, but it's a lane where you can't drive in your car, but that's a carpool lane. You have to have at least one other person in your car with you, otherwise you can't go in that lane. If you get nabbed doing it, you get in trouble. So yes, there's like a carpool lane. Fascinating.
I did not know that.
Trying to ease traffic and stuff.
I did not know that. But yeah, you can't drink till you're 21 in America, obviously.
Here it's 18.
Wild, isn't it? Imagine being a like international student. You come over from America.
I love it. They love it.
And you come here and you're like, dude, everybody's just like getting on it. That's what they call it here. They call it getting on it. They call it having a sesh.
Yeah.
Everyone's just going for it. And like, dude, we're like all college, or they call it university here. Everyone is just like getting fucking like wasted out of their minds. And then the next day we're going to like lectures and shit. Like they call it lectures here. We call it class. But dude, it's like such a culture change because in America, you're not allowed to drink till you're 21. So I always get a bit like weirded out when I go back home because like I'm so used to like, I love gin now. I'm like such a gin drinker.
What kind of Bud Light's that? A gin?
I don't necessarily.
That?
I don't really like beer, but there's these things called Jaeger bombs that they have in these like. We have a student union kind of bar. They call it the SU bar, and dude, people are just knocking these things back. There's just like one after the other. It's like this. It's a shot essentially, and another shot. And when you have it, it's sort of like an explosion. I guess that's why they call it bomb. But it just fucking like, dude, it's just what it does to your head. It just, I like wake up and I'm like, dude, did I really do that? And I don't really tell my parents because I'm like, they're probably going to be like, oh, no, it's illegal. You have to be 21. But dude, it's like, it's so much cooler here in London when you can do that. Whereas like, you can't do that in the States.
100%.
They get gassed,
yeah, the American
bro.
students that came to my uni were gassed that we could drink at the age of 18.
They get so happy that they can drink at 18 and 19 that they forget that our fast food options are shitter than theirs.
Yes, they are.
So they go, they go, dude, man, your McDonald's sucks. This isn't even a Big Mac. And it's like, okay, cool, shut it, Brandon.
You call this a cheeseburger? This is an ass burger.
This is not a quarter pounder.
Yeah.
And then like they go, KFC. Dude, you call it what? You call it TGIs? Hey, Mike, they call Fridays TGIs. You can join the army at 17.
So it's 18 in the UK, isn't it? It's 18.
No,
Is it 17?
you can join the army at 16.
16.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. So like you can join the army, but you can't have a beer.
And you can't vote.
So technically
You can't vote.
You can't vote, but you can join the army and potentially
You can die for this country.
You can die for this country, but you can't have a say in how you die.
Absolutely.
What?
Yeah, you don't even have a say in like whether you should go out to die or not.
Wow.
If there was a referendum, you're not involved, buddy.
Do you think if they ever needed to draft us army together,
no.
what state
Do you know
would
what?
it be
There
in?
was a lyric here from Eminem. Oh, I think it was in oh yeah. Hold on, here we go. So Eminem's got that lyric where he goes, "You just a baby getting recruited at 18. You're on a plane now eating food and they're baked beans. I'm 28. They're going to take you before they take me."
So you heard that and were like, shit, he's actually got a point.
Yeah, and that, I don't know why that was stuck in my head. So now you're talking about people getting drafted. At this age, I'm kind of like, yeah, they going to take me.
They go look at us and go, fuck, we can do a bit better than this. Like, let's get some fresh.
No, but do you know why?
Blood.
Do you know why though? Because like, you're what, 34?
Yep.
So you're no stranger to knee and back problems now.
I am avoiding it like I've been trying to avoid COVID, bruv. I'm trying to do the shimmy around shoulder injury and keeping my hands clean at the same time, bruv.
You got a few aches and niggles and pains,
I've
right?
been do you know what? I'm very careful.
I said niggles, by the way.
Yeah, isolate that, please. Isolate that audio, and let's just put that out. Auto-tune it as well. Yeah, you know what? I have, but I'm really paranoid because a lot of people around me have been just shoulder operation, knee
100%.
operation.
Yeah, so do you think they're going to risk that, or they could just get some 18-year-old out
Who'll
there
bounce back.
who can survive?
Yeah.
You can't survive on 3 hours sleep.
Nah, man.
That
That's what they do.
18-year-old
That's a good night's sleep when you're 18. 3 hours, bruv. All right, chill out, Snorlax. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Whereas me?
Yeah.
3 hours sleep? You must be out your goddamn mind.
I used to go out to a house party on a Friday night, get drunk, stay up all night long, talking, and go to work the next day on time. How?
Wild stuff.
No sleep.
I did like full day shift, went out, did radio the next day, and would go out again the night after.
How? Insane.
Man. But I didn't drink, so it was fun. But yeah, lots of stuff as well varies state to state. But the age of consent is between 16 and 18 most of the time. You could click on that link that I've put there, by the way.
Okay.
And it will show you.
Look, it's interactive. Not you though, listening. There's no link for you.
Yeah. So it shows you the age. When you come down, it shows you the age of consent.
Okay. So in the West, I'm looking at the map. Kay, you've done big data for me on the West Coast of the US. It's mainly 18, right? And then as you move over to the East Coast, they be fucking early. It's 16
and
pretty
down
much.
south. Look at the down south ones. All those blue states there.
Yeah.
Hey there, like places like Alabama.
Anyway, yeah, freaking hell. I could imagine. Anyway, back to this question though. I feel like if I was 16 and I was president of the country or as prime minister, I would make some decisions that I thought were fantastic at the time, but probably not good. I'd probably be like removal tax from crisps and Coca-Cola and fizzy drinks.
Well, I mean, it's a great tax.
Yeah.
To be fair, I mean, that's a great idea. Sorry. But yeah, it was all from the Constitution. Do you want to know some 10 odd facts about the Constitution?
I'd love to know 10 odd facts about the Constitution.
So, it's common to hear about the need for government transparency, but a lot of people don't realise that actually the Constitution was prepared in secret behind closed doors in some house in Philadelphia. Now, it was like...
Was it in West Philadelphia where someone was born and raised?
You're a joker. What they did was they closed all the curtains and everything.
Yeah.
And they closed all the doors, no windows were open because they didn't want anybody to overhear.
Right.
So apparently they said it was a quite stinky affair as well the whole time.
Oh, could you imagine that?
Nothing was open and whatever. And it was like,
Philip, was that you again? Sorry, mate. I had bees last night. You stink. You were trying to do the Constitution.
Jefferson, you do that one more time. There are 39 signatures on the Constitution, but Jefferson and John Adams weren't actually there to sign it.
Okay.
Not because they didn't agree with it, but they were out of the country working as diplomats.
One was in France, one was in Great Britain. So that's two sets of signatures that's two less farty bottoms in the room.
There
so
you
that's
go.
good.
George Washington proclaimed the day of Thanksgiving on November 26 to celebrate the freedom of America. And his proclamation said, "We may then all unite in rendering unto him our sincere and humble thanks for this kind care and protection of the people of this country previous to their becoming a nation." Whatever that means.
Nice.
It has a lot of errors in it, the Constitution. It was
I
handwritten
presume so,
in it.
yeah. There's no spell check or Microsoft paperclip.
No.
Hi, are you writing a Constitution? It didn't pop up and do that.
And so here's the thing. A lot of the document uses the British variation of certain words, like honour is spelled H-O-N-O-U-R. The correct way. Not
right way.
Not your bitch ass H-O-N-O-R.
Lazy ass way.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, it's easier to spell that way. But the biggest faux pas made was that Pennsylvania spelt wrong in one part of the Constitution.
So they basically had somebody who was like me writing the Constitution. So like wrote Pennsylvania with 4 P's.
How do you spell Pennsylvania?
Yeah, I mean,
it is hard though, isn't it?
Pencil, P-E-N-C-I-L, yeah. Vein, V-E-I-N, and then Ania.
Pennsylvania. I always used to think that was like whenever people spoke about Transylvania, I thought that they meant Pennsylvania.
I got that confused many times when I was a kid as well. I was like, that's where Dracula lives, right? No.
No, that's where Meek Mill lives. No, he doesn't even live there. Benjamin Franklin was the oldest to sign the Constitution, but he was actually ill, and he was carried into the place with 4 prisoners.
Yeah.
To go and sign it. He had gout, so he could barely stand. According to accounts, he reportedly cried as well. Yeah. Samuel Adams and Patrick Henry both declined to become delegates because they both believed that the existing government under the Articles of Confederation could still be used. Henry stated that he smelled a rat in the creation of the Constitution.
It wasn't that. They just had to close all the windows and the doors, Henry, and
that's what it is, mate. Sorry about that, pal.
Smelled a bit musky in there, did it?
Sorry about that. We're going to call Rent a Kill, but they haven't come here yet.
Yeah.
The word democracy is not used anywhere in the Constitution. Now, that is amazing. For a country that goes around trying to spread democracy, they don't actually have democracy in their Constitution due to the fact that America isn't actually a democracy. It is, in fact, I like that sound effect. It's actually a constitution-based federal republic. Though it's got democratic traditions, it is not necessarily a full democracy.
It's not. Okay.
There you go. So if anybody goes, America is a democracy, you're not, buddy. You're not. You're a federal republic. Anti-federalists believe that the Constitution would make the government too powerful and dominated by the rich.
All right.
They were right there, weren't they?
Well, yeah, we kind of got there in the end.
And the Constitution does not presume the innocence of people. This idea comes from English jurisprudence. However, it has been around so long that it's seen as common law. The presumption of innocence is explicitly implied in the right to remain silent and a right to trial by jury. And last but not least, the Constitution does not give Congress the right to print money.
Damn.
But isn't that weird? Because in actuality, the Constitution grants them the power to coin money. So the assumption being made here was that these coins would be made out of like a precious metal, like gold or silver.
Yeah.
But some interpreters...
Bitcoin.
No, Marcus.
Or
not
NFTs.
we're talking about fiat currencies. We're not talking about your bullshit cryptos. Some interpreters of the Constitution actually stated that by printing of paper money may be unconstitutional. It prohibited states from issuing bills of credit. However, this is exactly what the federal
That's
government
exactly what they
does
do.
now.
They just make up
by
dough.
printing paper currency.
I mean,
So yeah, I mean, America's a funny old place. I mean, if we've got any U.S. listeners, call in, let us know. But to summarize, Marcus, how old do you have to be the U.S. president?
35 years old.
35 fucking years old.
35.
35! You're fucking old enough to be president. Stop sleeping on a couch and get a job.
So if you're 35 and you're not the president or prime minister, what have you done with your life?
Or if you're not a CEO of anything,
What have you done?
failure.
You know what, though? You are CEO of your toilet. Yeah? If you go to the bathroom, you are CEO in there, you run that. That's your domain.
I see all of my...
Anyway, that's it for this episode of Ain't Got a Clue. Don't forget, every time we drop an episode on our regular feed, we drop a bonus Patreon episode which has all the love, energy and juice that we put in a main episode. We've got 15 episodes in there at the moment, so if you just can't wait to listen to more, get involved on that. We also drop all of our episodes a little bit early and without ads because obviously you've given us a few coins.
Patreon.
On social
Join
media.
the Patreon.
We also do ask me anythings and all kind of stuff like that as well. Just, it's a nice little community. Everyone has a bit of banter and we crack on there. Also, don't forget on the socials you can find us. Where can you find us, Kay, on social media?
KAEKURD or MARCUS Bronzy BRONZY.
That's the one. All right, cool. This has been Ain't Got a Clue. We'll be with you soon. Bless.